this sweep, it doesn't really matter where you put your grips. It doesn't matter. But what's more important is that you're able to just like make your partner lean too much to one side. Okay, so most sweeps are gonna be like that. That's why you saw like a while ago I could get the sweep from here, whether it be like blocking this, the knee or the hip, or even sometimes the bicep. Right? All I'm trying to do is get my partner to lean one side. This foot, like it's working two ways. I'm trying to break him down, and from here, once I feel like he's gonna posture up, I can go along with him and bring him overhead here. And all I have to do is like pull this and then look to the side. So it's not that I'm making Joe lean and pushing him with my foot to one side. What I'm doing is I'm lifting him overhead and getting that sweep. Okay? So you can try it also on both sides. So it doesn't matter. You could either block here by the foot, or if they're down on their knee, Here you can do the same. You can even block outside. What's important is that you're able to like get them favoring one side too much. So in this case, it's Joe leaning too much to his left side. Right, so left. Right, so here I can block here. Here. Always just bring it overhead. Okay, so the drill is going to be like this. Joe down. For 1 minute, Joe will have a spider guard. My goal on top is just to like break the grips and try to go around. Okay? We're not going to go too wild. All Joe has to do is get a sweep. Not to maintain the spider guard, because the goal is not to maintain spider guard. The point of your spider guard is to always get your partner or your opponent in an off-balance position. If your goal is to maintain just like that, it's pointless, right? Your goal is always to either sweep or to get a submission from here. I can show submission later, but for now we'll just practice this. So person top, just swim in, break the grips, try to go around. Person on the bottom, try to go for sweep. So go for the most basic one. You're just off balancing, focusing on that one, right? So person top, you can swim in the feet, but you can't break the hand grips. Okay, just so we practice that. Okay, let's go. So one person for 1 minute. After that, you're gonna switch. Right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The guard, right? So remember how we came from a close guard position, and then I was forced to bail because I didn't want my partner or opponent to lift me up, right? So in this situation, right, what are our legs supposed to do? Right? Why do we have a guard? Right? So I guess you guys. So guard. The reason you have your guard is because your legs help you or allow you to manage the distance between you and your opponent. So in this situation, the reason you see me stepping, let's say I'll step first on the bicep. I usually step on the bicep first when they're too close, right? That's me just trying to create some space. I need to find a way to get to the hips. Once I'm at the hips, let's say Joe's really strong, I have to use both my legs. I'll create distance. How do I do that? I pull and I kick out. I don't ever want, though, to overextend my legs. So there's a certain point where me kicking out is dangerous. So the moment you feel like you sit down too much, like your legs are straight, that's when your partner can like bring your legs together. Yeah. So that's why when you're playing spider, usually you want to break the grips, because if they get outside grips on your knees, outside grips, and then I step on the hips and I kick out, Joe can just punch it down, and that's how you get past, right? So also very important that when you're using this, right, you don't want them to ever bring your knees close together, because this is how you manage the distance. That your legs are free, you can extend one side and you can contract one side. Okay, so how do you manage distance also? Let's say you're having a hard time. Let's say your opponent's really big and they're pressing in towards you. Go press in here, right? Let's say I can't kick him out. What do? I adjust with my shoulders. So using my shoulders, I'm gonna walk back, right? And then he comes close again, just walk back, right? I can combo both, just so I can make room. And then once I'm there, distance managing and again. So what we're doing, the way the sweep works is, I'm managing the distance. What's the distance? The space between Joe's feet, right? I'm just off balancing him enough, right? That's how you use your spider. Your spider guard it's just like, it's not just like this, right? You have control. Oops. Nubs. No. Right, so we'll add this detail. We'll go again, but anytime your opponent starts like pressure you, kick out, then switch, right? They come back again. You can also see I also use the other leg, block this, overextend, and that's usually how you end up in your sweeps, right? So play with the distance. The goal of your point, that's how you're supposed to use your spider, right? It's always just managing the distance and the space between you and your opponent. If he gets too close, like here, if he's too far, let's say sometimes people will go too far. That's when you can use your hooks to pull yourself in. Right, so manage that. You can hook to pull in. You can post to create some space. Right, that's how you should be playing your spider guard. So we're going to be experimenting with that. Okay, let's go again. So this time, find a new partner. It'll do you another minute, right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. A lot of you are feeling restricted with just this. So usually when it comes to playing the gi, you only have two most common grips are double sleeve, collar sleeve. Okay, so it's good to switch. So let's say I'm playing with Joe, and then I'm able to favor this one side here, but like he gets down on his knee. But don't fall. Get down on your knee. Let's say I can't control here, and I can reach the sleeve, the collar, then I can switch to that, right? So the only difference is the way this foot changes, this control changes, is I don't want, because I don't have this, I can't like pincer his bicep anymore. So once I get the collar sleeve, usually that's when I'll be pressing this into him. See? So the option is kasi, from the sweep is I can just like attack his feet, or if I have from the spider guard, I can switch to the collar sleeve and then start to switch and climb up my legs. Okay, so usually that's how you'll play it. When you're playing spider guard, your goals are either to sweep them, get them on their backs, or if you're having a hard time getting them on their knees, you can climb up for an attack. Right? So those are usually your options when you're playing spider guard. So what I'm trying to say is don't just stay in spider guard, right? Your goals are either to sweep or to climb up, never to just like play the spider, right? Okay, sorry. So how do we do this? So very basic. Let's just say you're here, play around with this. Switch to the collar grip, okay? Step on the hip, step on the bicep, lift your hips. Then from there, just pull, switch, and then lock. Okay, and we'll just stop here. Right? Just practice that. Practice the climb up. If let's say you're trying to sweep, you get them on their knees, but you can't like sweep anymore, the defending here, I can just switch easily and climb my legs. Right? Let's try it out. Every 5, 1, 2, 3. Just play around with it. Yes.
Do you only go for that?
So I won't go for the attack if like Joe is still postured up. Like that. I need to find a way to get him to either put this hand on the floor or get him to favor one side. Otherwise, if he's upright and I try to climb my legs, he can block. So I need to get like this. At least extend him too far where he can't defend, then I can shoot. So in jiu-jitsu, whenever you're going to go for attack, they have to be off-balanced. If they're not off-balance, then they can defend and it'll be harder to finish. So, yeah. So get them to be like, trying to balance.